Guys, today me and my dad are actually going around looking to see if boat ramps are still open because all the the information going around about the boat ramps and whatnot is very vague, and we want to know if we could still fish or not. So, I mean, it's going to be a little update for all you people in New York still wondering if you can go fishing or not. It looks like we're at the Small Boat Harbor right now, and it seems to be open. I mean, I wouldn't recommend fishing it right now because doesn't really look too good out there. I mean, they're coming up over the break wall every now and then. So we're going to a couple different launches today to see what the status is on it being open and whatnot, and I'll keep you guys updated on what we find, what we can see from just pulling up to the boat ramp, if there's any blockages or signs or whatnot. Pulled up the Small Boat Harbor, there's no signs or anything. If it wasn't crazy windy out with 5-footers out on a lake, it'd probably be people out there, so keep you updated when we go to a couple different ramps. Alright guys, we're at the Dunkirk Harbor, and it looks to be open. There's no dock in the water, but there's no barricades or anything blocking the launch off. So, I mean, it kind of seems like that it's open. From what we've gathered, we stopped at Sturgeon too, but a lot is wrong with that like harbor in general. There's a like a gravel bed that's almost blocking the exit of the harbor. But I mean, the launch is still open. There's nothing blocking you from, if you wanted to put a boat in at any of the boat launches that we've been to so far.
Although there is a sign that says launch closed.
Yeah, at Sturgeon there is a sign that says launch closed. But I don't think that's because of what's going on. I think that's because that the sandbar is covering the exit to the harbor. So it's kind of hard for you to... I mean, you can't leave the harbor, even if you put your boat in. So it seems like, from what I can gather, all the launches are open.
One more to go to.
One more to go to. It's... Every launch that we've been to so far has been a public launch or a state launch. We're going to go to a DEC launch after this and see what the difference is supposed to be. From what I think it is that all the workers that work at a boat launch are non-essential. I don't think it's the fact that you can't use the boat launch, especially if it's a self-service boat launch. I don't know. They're always more to come. They're always vague on the explanation on anything in New York. So maybe they'll release something here soon. But as of right now, I'm gonna go with that they're open. Nothing saying that they're not. All right, guys, we are at the last ramp that we're gonna check. All the ramps besides Sturgeon Point have been open, and I think that was closed for the reason that you couldn't get out of it. We're at Casa Dagger right now. It's a DEC launch, which that was kind of like known to everybody to be the only ramps that were supposed to be open right now. And I mean, it looks pretty open. I mean, the dock's not in the water at the ramp, but that might just because it's so early in the season that they haven't put any of the docks in, because it's like that in a lot of places that don't keep their docks in all year. The docks aren't in. I was at Sunset Bay the other day, and they were just putting their docks in, so I think it might just be because it's so early that the docks aren't in. So if I was going to tell you guys if they're open or not, if the ramp isn't barricaded, I think you're safe to go out. And if there's nothing saying that you can't go out at on the boards that are posted, like at Casa Dagger, it just has this little social distancing thing. You know, some rules that you should just follow, which makes sense, and they keep you safe in the long run. And I get that's what this is all about, but they're not being clear enough on the rules and restrictions of all this. But if I had to give you guys an answer, I'd say they're open, as long as the ramp's not barricaded or there's not anything like on those boards that are usually at a ramp, I think you're probably fine to go fishing as long as you follow the social distancing rules and whatnot, and you aren't being stupid about it.
Oh, and it says.
And it says, local fish local, stay close to home. And then I don't know. It says, you can read that. Pretty much saying that
Nothing that says you can't.
yeah, there's no sign at the boat launch saying that you can't fish. So if I had to guess, they're open and you can fish them. I mean, you can take that with a grain of salt if you want, but that's my take on it. Is I went to 4 boat ramps today. None of them looked blocked off and closed.
Run up the bear
We could do that.
right down the street.
Yeah. None of them had blocked off or closed. Like you couldn't fish it. I mean, Sturgeon said it was closed, but like I said, that's because that sandbar was blocking the entrance. But I think they're open, man. But if you are gonna go out, practice all this social distancing stuff. Be safe. Make sure you're only fishing with people that you live with or that you've been in regular contact with, and you know where they've been. You just got to be smart about this, and all this will be over soon, guys. Well, guys, we decided to make one last stop, and we're at Bear Lake, and first boat that we've seen on the water. So I think if you're thinking about going fishing, you're probably fine, because there's proof that and all the signs that we've seen haven't said no fishing or anything. They just say social distancing and all that crap that
We'll see if we can actually see the guy out on
we've all been hearing. So I'd say you're probably fine to go fishing if you're obviously smart about it. Alright guys, I just want to put this little FYI in the video. I'm not 100% sure if the boat ramps are closed or not. Like, I've heard of a couple closings, like Oneida Shores is closed, and another ramp on Onondaga is closed right now. So, I'm not 100% sure if they're open or not. Just by the looks of what I saw the other day, they seemed like they were open. So, obviously, if you're going to go fishing, go to the ramps at your own risk. But from the way I interpreted what they released and from what I saw, I would say that they're open. But, that's a call that you got to make for yourself. But just want to put this in here.